Welcome back. ArtPrize kicks off at the end of this week. There's so much incredible art and fun activities to check out. And one of the exhibits that is featured this year is all by veteran artists, which is so awesome. Joining me now is one of those artists, Bill Richards, here in studio. Bill's joined us before to talk about his organization, Veticon. Bill, thanks for coming back. And Veticon is playing a role in what's happening this coming weekend, which is really cool. Let's kind of rewind, though, for a minute. This exhibit that you're a part of, tell me just a little bit about it and the creation that you made.
Well, I did one last year. It was a black and white pencil drawing of an eagle. And right after I drew that one, I drew one in markers. And I also drew it like American soldier. But then I couldn't draw more. I got arthritis so bad in his hands. So, you know, I'll enter those two pieces in this year. So
very cool.
Even though I drew it last year, so that's my last things I've actually drawn. With
and we've got some pictures, guys, if we can play those, of some of your artwork and the setup for this exhibit. There it is, so beautiful.
Thank you,
and a ginormous piece of art, which is so incredible. We've got some other photos that you sent along, and we want to fill folks in because the last time you were here, we introduced everyone to Veticon and what that is. And that's a big part of why you're a part of this, because Veticon is all about connecting veterans with the arts in different mediums. So refresh everyone on what that group does.
Well, Veticon itself, we want to take a veteran who may be interested in type of creative arts and educate them, whether it be learning music, whether it be drawing, whatever, the sky's the limit, and help them reach the destination.
Yes.
And this is one of the destinations, to be at ArtPrize, or be at the National Veterans Creative Arts Festival, or wherever they want to go.
Sure.
If they just want to have arts and crafts events at the local VFW, that's great. But if this is one of the events that we want to help them get there.
Yeah, and so cool to see you there and other veterans in these photos as well have their art featured. And Veticon also, not only are you helping connect vets like yourself to experiences like this one, you guys are also going to have a role in the opening ceremony for the veteran exhibit. So tell me a little bit about that on Saturday.
Well, last year they paid bands to play. And I was fortunate enough and honored enough to play for a couple hours.
Yeah.
And I asked them, I said, well, what if we had veterans to play? Well, this year, the way the dice rolled, I guess you might say, we're going to have the Guitars for Vets from the American Legion Boat and Canoe Club to come out and play. So we're honored to have them guys. We're also going to have another veteran that's going to be playing. So all the entertainment will be solely by veterans.
Very
so
cool.
that'd be awesome to see that.
Yeah, and this is going to be a huge production on Saturday to open this exhibit right after the opening ceremony of all of ArtPrize. And this is, as you were telling me, this whole opening ceremony put on by the Kent County Veterans Affairs Office. Tell me a little bit about
Kent
that.
County Veterans Services.
Right, there you go. You got me.
I want to make sure that because they're the ones that are behind it. They're doing an excellent job. I commend, every time I see them, I think y'all doing a great job on this Art for Honor. A lady named Kelly Dentler is the spearheaded. She's the one putting all the dots and the I's and crossing the T's, but she's working. She said, make sure if she mentions her name, Pamela Alderman, also another great lady. They do a fantastic job on these. But they said if they mention them, I got to mention the Kent County Veterans Services because they're the ones who's really behind all of this. So I thank you guys very much for letting us do that.
Yeah, and the opening ceremony is going to be really great. The music, as you mentioned, that the veterans are going to be putting on, and there's also some other things kind of happening to really open up this exhibit. Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Well, they have usually, now, I don't know the specifics. I know they have like an opening ceremony. They have I don't know now. I don't want to say it wrong on
No, that's
TV.
okay. They're featuring some speakers, I know, which is really great.
And they're going to have, I believe, some type of marching band. And again, I don't want to misquote or anything.
Okay.
But they start at 10:30. I forgot exactly.
10:30 to 2, I believe. Yeah.
And after they do their opening speeches, then we're going to be the Guitars for Vets will start around 11. Performing.
Great.
And then they're going to be about an hour. They've got to be somewhere else. So I'll make sure they got their first on stage first. And then me and another veteran are going to alternate 30 minutes on and 30 minutes off there at the end. Whether we go to 2 to 3, okay.
Yeah, but really cool.
It's kind of flexible.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, and just to be able to be a part of this opening ceremony and have your art and other veterans have art on display for ArtPrize, which of course is a huge event here in our area, you know, what does that mean to you and other vets in the area to be highlighted in this way?
Well, I can say this with my own personal experience. When I first found out about ArtPrize back in 2015, it's hectic as a civilian, as a non-veteran to get into it. You got to find a venue, you got to pay money, and it's just a lot of red tape. So I really want to thank the Kent County Veterans Services for having a venue for us. They pay for our own place, so they go above and beyond. Wow. Okay, so if you really want into it, like I said, contact them. and they make sure your booths area is taken care of. This is one of the dreams for me to be in.
Yeah.
Okay, and I've been in, this is twice for me. So
Cool. And if other veterans out there who maybe want to get into the arts, maybe they're already into some kind of art and they'd like to expand upon it, that's where VetaCon really comes in, because you can help them connect with opportunities that maybe leads them to, you know, what you're doing this year with ArtPrize.
Well, and I'm glad you said that, because Kelly was mentioning to me, do you know a veteran photographer? Bam, I recommended Mike Bano.
You've got all the connections.
And they got Mike Bano doing out there. He's top-notch photographer. I say this online and off. He's top-notch photographer. He's gonna have a drone out there to photograph everything. And she said, well, you're quick. I said, that's what our program's for. You want to have a veteran that does this, this, this. We want to know who, and we can recommend this one or this one.
Absolutely. And you guys got a great website. If you want to learn more, you can head to your website, which again, it's VetaCon if you're interested. And here's the info for the opening ceremony, just in case you would like to check it out on Saturday. So again, this is all a part of ArtPrize. If we can pop up that graphic, guys, whenever you have a second with the information. So this is the opening day celebration. This is the Art for Honor exhibit specifically, not the grand opening of ArtPrize. It's going to be on Saturday the 20th from 10:30 to 2. It's all happening at Veterans Memorial Park. That's, of course, in Grand Rapids at 101 Fulton Street East. Any other details folks should know, Bill, before I let you go?
Well, I know a lot of times veterans get overlooked because they're in Veteran Memorial Park. Most people go to the bigger exhibits, you know, and I don't know where all they're at. But if you can, make it out. If you got nothing else to do, just come on to the Veterans Memorial Park.
Yeah.
And vote for a vet, okay? And whether you vote for me or not, that's okay. But I want to see a veteran at least get something for entering. That's all I hope.
Cool.
So, you know, I say, hey, I know that person, they won. You know?
Awesome, awesome. All right, Bill, well, thanks for coming in and talking about this. I think it's so great to highlight this. There's gonna be so many incredible artists, but this section of artists is, of course, really meaningful and really special. So thanks so much for coming in once again.
Thank you for having me.
All right, we are gonna take